the second Bali vlog. This time we are in Ubud for a few days, so sit back, relax. It's a long one, but this is everything that we got up to in Ubud. After a lengthy car journey, we checked into our villa in Ubud and we were surrounded by a lot of nature. There was no car traffic, only motorbike entry only, and we got free drinks on arrival, this lovely fruit juice, and then we got taken to our villa, which was stunning. So I'll give you like a little whistle stop tour because I'll be making a separate video of all the villas that we stayed in while we're in Bali, but the pool is stunning. 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, outdoor open kitchen, outdoor shower and bathrooms as well, which weren't the best in the night when you had the geckos, but they had a little food set out for us, and this was the view from the kitchen. Bedroom number 1, simply stunning. You can see, oh girl, my lovely sunburn. Ooh. We're all waiting. Our first evening meal was a short walk away from our villa. The roads are better equipped here for pedestrians, but not fully. It was an Indonesian restaurant, Balinese. It served food in the mountains, so we were literally sat right up among the trees, among the rainforest, and I was petrified of getting eaten alive. I did drink a worrying amount of Coke Zero on this trip because I was afraid of the water, even the bottled water. But our lovely food arrived. We had duck spring rolls and chicken satay, which was over like charcoal in a bowl, so it was still charcoaling while it was served. Sensational. The food was so cheap as well, and then this is our main course. Wasn't much, I would say. We are used to a lot of bigger portions, but still delicious, very tasty, and good to have our first actual Balinese meal. Our first morning started off a little wet, but we ordered breakfast as is included in your stay here. We ordered via WhatsApp, and well, let's just see when it arrives. Nasi goreng?
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Nice. This will be American bread. So, wasn't my favorite breakfast of the trip, and was the first and last breakfast that we ordered at the villa. But yeah, set us up for the day and we were off and out for the full day, so away we go. Okay, so we hired a driver for the day and he took us around all the different spots that we wanted to hit in Ubud in like one fell swoop. So first off was the Bali swing. It was 400,000 to enter, which was quite expensive. You could use any of the swings, so it was unlimited. You just had to queue. You could rent these amazing dresses that people were opting for. I didn't. But yeah, you could try all the swings. There was professional photographs being taken. But afterwards, you did have to pay an extra 400,000 to have all of the photos sent to you. So they do take photos on your camera as well if you ask them to. This is me in my little Nest swing, and I did get some good photographs. But yeah, just watch. It is very expensive. We didn't expect the first stop to be quite as hefty. But yeah, so just expect to kind of splurge out on these tourist attractions. And this was stop 1. And we got couples photo, which Steph hated every single second of.
You. Look at each other, please. You.
Next, our driver took us to the rice terrace. So this was a lot cheaper. This was only 20,000 to enter. So you will pay for literally everything tourist wise, and there were a lot of photo spots, so little nests, little signs. There was also zip lines, so people shooting across the whole rice terrace, which looked pretty petrifying but also quite fun. Our third stop was the spring water temple, and with most of the temples you will have to wear a sarong. You have to cover your knees, only your bottom half. I think your top is fine, maybe just your shoulders, but on most occasions they do have sarongs for you, so don't be tricked into buying any from the little stalls outside. That they will give you them for free, so just a little tip. So if you wanted to go in, you had to go and wear a special sarong, these green ones that everyone's wearing, and you had to give an offering, and then you have to go to each and every single water spout and queue up. There was quite a hefty queue. Our next stop was the waterfall. I can't remember what name it was, but I'll put it up. There was not too many people here, but you will find Balinese people actually taking photographs and stuff, and they are so well trained for Instagram, like pulling all the poses, telling you what way to stand, what way to look, what way to lie down, like incredible. They will work for their tips, and they definitely deserve every penny. Our last stop of the day was the elephant cave. We were sweating, it was so hot. We just kind of wanted to get home. We've been driving all day, hadn't really ate much, as you could probably tell, but we had a little tour guide. He followed us around and told us what everything was, so that was quite nice.
But left and the right, the rock in the left in the jungle. On the top you can see the monkey, you can see the man, you can see the cow, more than the turtle. There are two statues, guardian of the cat. Water, so that the holy water for special for celebration and for offering. For the wood fire, and then the wheel, and that for the temple ceremony, for offering. Okay. So this place is a real Buddhist temple. From 11th century, somebody coming to take the step. Go down there, but not anymore.
This is where we're staying. So this is the little walk down to the villa. It's about 15 minutes from the main road. They can come and collect you via motorcycle, but that was, quite a terrifying experience the first time. So we just walked from then on out. Some chickens. There are lots of wildlife. Yep. Made of that today. We got like a shy swan. Okay, so I was exhausted. I wanted to stay in because it was also raining and I didn't want to go out for dinner, so we ordered via Gojek. And the most embarrassing thing was this restaurant, Tiger, there's one in Canggu as well, it's quite famous, was literally at the top of the road. I mean, it was a 10-minute walk from our villa. And yeah, when I noticed that next day, I was kind of regretting that we ordered in when we could have went up the street. Our first brunch in Ubud was at Suka Espresso. I believe that there's one in Canggu, but I'm not too sure. But he had the shakshuka and he had a porridge smoothie, which was basically 2 breakfasts. But in his words, it was the best shakshuka he's ever had. I had a little bit of a fry going on, some avocado, some hash browns, some eggs, some hollandaise sauce. It was really tasty. I would say it was my best breakfast I've ever had. Bread wasn't very toasted, but yeah, you heard it from him. The best breakfast, brunch, maybe he's ever had. And that breakfast was perfect because we were headed to Cretya Resort, which is in Harum. And oh my god, like you have to see this to believe it. Like the pictures, the videos doesn't do it justice. It is insane. Like the person who designed this, take a bow, unbelievable. We spent the day here. It wasn't too crowded. Like it's gorgeous. And yeah, the beach clubs in Canggu, I would say, are far more crowded. But this was so insane, so worth the money. I think it was 50,000 per person entry, but that also got you entry to the rice terrace, which you can see there was swings. So basically everything that we'd done the day before, but for so much cheaper. And just look at it, incredible. What have you opted for?
Zombie.
Zombie. Cheers with my Cretya spritz. Cheers. The only downside about this place is that there is not much shade in the pool, so after about 5 minutes in the water I come up here, had some coffee, some iced coffee and some hot coffee, and read my book while Steph enjoyed the pool. So as I said, you get entry to Harum, so the rice terraces, the swings, everything around here for your entry to Cretya, the resort. And yeah, you'll have to pay a little bit extra if you want to get on the swings and get some nice photographs, but it won't be as expensive as Bali swing, plus it won't be as crowded either. There's a lot less people here, and to be honest, I think it's a lot prettier. Do you want to show everyone your hat? Want to show everyone your hat?
Alamat.
Also, how mental is this structure that they're in the middle of making? Like, look at the size of it. It is huge. And then this is Cretya from the other side. So this is what they will see from the pool.
Can I climb in or what? Climb in?
After a very relaxing morning at the Cretya Resort, we went book shopping and headed back into Ubud Centre and went to find some bookstores because Ubud is very pedestrianised. There's lots and lots of stores. Like I've never seen as many shops in my life. So we heard there were some bookstores and we came to check out this one. This one had some secondhand books, so it was a lot cheaper than the others. A really, really great bookstore that I would definitely recommend this if you're in the mood for some cheaper, some secondhand, and yes, all English books as well. Then I came across this Peri Plus store, which is actually 3 in Ubud, and they have all the new releases. So every new book you can think of, you will find it here in Bali. They are all individually wrapped, which is the only downside because, you know, plastic waste, etc. But they're all the same. There is this larger one we come across, but again, every new release that you can ever think of, this store will have it. We were on our way to dinner when we came across a group of kids playing rugby, which was not something we expected to see. We headed to Nomad Cafe, which was highly recommended, and we had some dumplings, because of course, and some more dumpling rolls. And for my main, I had some Balinese food. I want to say this is probably one of the best meals that I had this whole trip. It was so tasty, so good, with the prawn crackers, and yeah, he didn't go so cultured. He had a burger and chips, but that's what he was in the mood for, and I just, yeah, still not over this dinner. It was so, so good. We had a very chilled last full day in Ubud, and we went to cafe for breakfast in the morning, and the coffee was insane. Like, I would have one of those every single day. I'd have frappuccino, but the food just didn't hit the spot. I ordered avo eggs on toast, and it was just a little small for my liking, I would say. And Steph ordered some form of a Mexican burrito wrap, which just wasn't the one. It was very, very small. And yeah, we had to go get some lovely croissants from Anomaly Cafe a few streets away. Hamburgers. This is where I got my little boat. There are some ridge walks in Ubud, which we decided to do because one, it was very, very warm, but we hadn't done any steps in Canggu, so the steps were very, very welcome, and it was a gorgeous day, so we took to the little side streets and started walking. A little strut then. Catwalk. The world's your catwalk, even in Bali.
There's going to be more breakfast. I can't remember which one it is.
Probably one more. We stopped off at this little cafe called Sweet Orange for a well-served Diet Coke because it was so hot, and it had all these coconuts in the ceiling, if you can see, and from the insects biting holes in them, they like design these little funny faces, which is quite quirky, quite cool. And they have some resident cats that just are so oblivious, and I was obsessed. Sunburn check.
Sunburn check. Hair up. I want to know how girls walk around here with their hair down, makeup done, everything, when I am literally dripping. Like you can see, oh. I'm literally glistening with sweat. This is the reality of Bali. Sweat, sweat, sweat.
For our last night in Ubud, we came to a fire dance in one of the temples, which takes place in almost all the temples, I would say, every other night in Ubud, so you can probably find one every night around there, and it was just a nice way to spend the evening to see some traditional performance. Oh my god. Afterwards we headed to dinner at a duck restaurant, and the front can be quite deceiving because this place is huge, like it is massive. They had really cool seats, some of them were on the floor, but it was very late. It was like almost 10 o'clock, so we were the last ones in the restaurant. We had some duck spring rolls, naturally, and some chicken satay, which we seem to love these days, and then we had some obviously duck for dinner, which is really good.
Morning.
We went for breakfast on our final morning to Alchemy, which is a yoga meditation retreat right next to our villa, and it was fully vegan, so we had shakshuka with a fake egg, and this was their garlic bread, they called it, and we had some vegan pancakes, and it's actually delicious.
Nice.
And that is the end of Bali vlog part 2 in Ubud. Next will be part 3, the final part in Canggu and Nusa Penida.